Hello, everyone! It's the last day of the year, and what better way to close out the year and decade to make a video on the series that really started my channel. I know it's not how most people found this channel, but I consider Steven Universe to be my very big stepping stone into making videos. And of course, as the title says, I finally watched the Steven Universe movie, so this is a review for the movie. Also, there will definitely be spoilers throughout this video because the movie's been out for about 3-4 months. That's more than enough time to watch it, just like me. But just like with the Change Your Mind review, I am not alone, for I have a friend with this review. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm CripplingFrog. I've been in a few videos before, most of them related to Steven Universe, and yay, let's go.
Yes, let's get into this. We've seen the movie, took me forever to watch it, and that's just about it. So, what were your first reactions into watching this? Like when you saw the announcement for it and everything.
I was really excited. I actually didn't see the announcement firsthand. I saw it whenever they said, oh, it's going to be on Cartoon Network and it's just going to be like no ads. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to watch it. And so I did. I was unbelievably excited, and I did watch the live version, which was pretty cool.
That's right, my cable box exploded around that time, so I couldn't watch it. That's why I wasn't in a rush to do so. Oh yeah, that explains it. Yeah, I know when I heard about the movie, I was pretty excited because they immediately announced it like the second Changed Your Mind ended and
Hmm.
everything. And the only thing that I got out of it was like the poster where you could see Steven's grown up and everything, and I pretty much had the same reaction of just like, who's this XJ9 looking character? And that's just about it. But with the movie itself, how did you feel? You know, when you first watched it and everything.
Whenever I first watched it, I know it said it was a musical, but I was not expecting a musical. So whenever Steven was finished with the announcements to the whole galaxy, uh, and the Diamond started to sing, uh, "Just Let Us Adore You," I thought that, holy shit, they actually made a musical. So I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. So I think that "Let Us Adore You," and I think the reprise was even better. The music was seriously like amazing. I think that there wasn't a dull song. I feel like that everything fit perfectly. Um, I also I also didn't realize that how much the songs really had to be interpreted for a lot of the context. Like for example, whenever Spinel was abandoned by Pink Diamond, the oh, what song was it called?
Spinell's song.
Yeah, there were two. There were
She had other friends, and then basically like her backstory song.
her backstory song. Yeah, Drift Away. Drift Away was a very good song. I feel like that would be my second favorite. So
I completely forgot the idea of a musical, and then like the second, what was it? You know, the curtains, and then the book opens up, and then it's Steven doing the announcement, and then they actually start singing. I'm thinking, oh, it really is a musical. I don't know how
exactly.
this slipped in my mind, and there's a lot more than what I was expecting. Just probably from the fact that, well, I don't watch many musicals or any at all to begin with, so this is basically kind of my reprise into this. I think the last full musical I saw was, well, basically any Disney movie, and that's been a while.
Yeah, I was very surprised, but at the same time, not necessarily surprised that they did a musical because like they had been saying in a lot of the background in the storyboards, whenever they were talking about like doing documentaries about this, they said that they were really using Pearl's like "It's Over, Isn't It?" like for practice for this movie. It has been a huge thing since like 2015, 2014. So they were really practicing with a lot of the songs that maybe Pearl, Garnet, Amethyst, or Steven have been singing. So I think it was a very cool concept and idea to have.
Mm, I like the movie overall and everything. So that's pretty much like our first reactions to it, and goes on to the second thing here. And don't worry, folks, we're not going to be fully jumping around here like Spinell does at the beginning of the movie. We have notes here. So the second point is, do you think that with this movie, does it help cover some problems from Change Your Mind? Mostly from, say, the last quarter of it, because I know that's the biggest thing most people had a problem with, is that the last quarter of that episode or special was rushed faster than a Sonic level. So yeah.
I feel like that it really didn't have anything to do with Change Your Mind. I feel like that the only person it really connected to is White Diamond. Whenever she's like, because judging by anybody's appearance is wrong. I feel like that's the only thing that was connected. Um,
I love
but
that
that's
line
it, really.
so much. It's so stupid but funny.
It's. I mean, it was a beautiful opportunity to use that joke, and it was just
He's
perfect timing.
so wrong, and Steven just has the face of just like, shut the hell up.
Like,
Look what you
yeah.
did.
But I like seeing everybody being able to grow up and everything. I think it was I think it was a good transition from Change Your Mind to where they were at that point in time.
Yeah, because I do think it does at least serve the question that I definitely had by the end of it. It's just like, what happened to all the corrupted gems? Because they definitely weren't there by the
Yeah,
last minute or two. Because the diamonds, they literally peace out and go back home. And it's like, did they take the gems with them? And we find out that no, they're building like their own little,
little home world.
yeah, their own little home world and stuff, not too far from Beach City and everything. And it seems to be going well. So that's
Yeah,
pretty good for them. I
right.
know you did go over songs and everything. You said that "Let Us Adore You" is your favorite, and then "Drift Away" is also a good one. I don't think I ever touched on like what my favorites were. I don't know if I can really delve into that because I just watched the movie. As I look at my imaginary watch that isn't there about 2 days ago, so none really pop into my head. But I think the ones that I really did enjoy immediately, I can say that I would want to listen again after the movie was over was Amethyst song, you know, when Steven is like trying to get all the gems memories back and all that stuff. I like that song. I don't know what it is. She
You're
literally
right by
just
your side.
repeats what Steven says, but that was just enough for me. I liked it.
Hmm.
And
That was a
then
really cute scene. I loved the ending of it as well. I think it was a beautiful song for the two.
yeah, I liked it. And then I think the one that I really do like is I I have it right here. It's called Change, which is basically the last fight of Steven and Spinell on top of the injector. That's I
Yeah.
really like that song, and it's one of the few that has instrumentals to it, which I might be playing in this video. Who knows?
I,
I like the songs overall. I don't think there's a bad one. I know when I was searching for pictures for this, I did find like a tier list or two, and how it went was like there was an F tier, and then there was like it was called the Sadie Pit, which is basically just all of songs connected to Sadie.
yeah.
I think what this movie does well is I know you said earlier is that it could work as an 11-minute episode. I'm still going to disagree with that.
That's I mean that's totally your opinion, but I feel like that the creators did have an opportunity if they really wanted to dumb it down and make it into an 11-minute episode because I mean it's like a new gym, maybe even like Bismuth, like two types of episodes to redeem, and then they would just explain Pink Diamond, explain Spinel what happened, but then just have her be redeemed. But the thing is, they had to add like Amethyst, Garnet, and Pearl and their memories and how that really impacted all of them. I mean, but that's what made it the movie, which I think really like divides the idea of it being 11-minute episode.
Yeah, I really just wouldn't want that. Probably because, Steven Universe episodes really like taking their sweet time when it comes to trying to flesh out characters and so on of world building and everything of the sort. But I know the example I said is that like imagine if we took this movie and then split it up within episodes, maybe even make it its own season. It probably not even probably it definitely would not work as well as it did in the movie because, say for example, the line that Steven drops is that like, no, we're gonna help Pearl so she can help us stop Spinel. Like he immediately jumps on that, which first of all also shows how much he's grown, and it just says like, no, I want to get this done so I can go to sleep and the Earth doesn't explode for like the third time within the past 3 years. That's really good. If this was an any episode format, an episodic format, it literally would have been like, oh no, Spinel came here, maybe with the injector or not, probably gonna kill us all. Oh no, she ran away, or now she's basically this walking toy. We could get Pearl to help us. Now let's go see what people are doing in Beach Cities. Like, oh no, why are we
Yeah,
doing this side quest that no one asked for?
honestly, I definitely see what you mean. I threw it out there. It's an idea, so.
Yeah, like it probably could work, but it's just knowing the way that Steven Universe just does things. I don't think it would work as well. It could work, but definitely just not as
Not
well.
as
When
well.
they do episodic formats, I think the best way they did it is what I like to dub the Quartz arc, where it was like Amethyst going through a whole thing of like trying to be better, and then Jasper came back where she was like punching everything that basically moved, and then all of Smoky Quartz and that whole like those episodes they were connected to each other. Granted, Bismuth was literally smacked in the middle of that. I don't know why,
Oh
but
yeah.
those episodes, those were good in that format. I guess if you would put like, Spinel and that sort of way, it might have worked, but they would really need to haul ass and do it as much as possible and cut a lot of things. But I think the major thing on why I like this is going on to the next point is that this movie definitely has a focus, and as weird as it is that yes, the characters are grown up. Yes, we have side characters doing their own thing and everything of the sort, which I don't know, I guess could be seen as a problem, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Is that even though this is the Steven Universe movie, this is definitely Spinell's movie, like as much as you want
Definitely.
it, because we had all the other episodes and future now for all the other characters and their growth. And that's pretty much what the point of the movie is that the characters go through their growth again, but just on fast forward. But now we have to deal with like Spinell literally always being there at our side. And I think that's why this movie works, is because she's pretty much the main focus. And speaking of Spinell, yeah, I like her. I understand why everyone does. It makes sense.
I think that I love her. She was amazing. I remember whenever before you could hear her actual name pronounced, everybody would call her Spinal. I'm guilty of that as well. So
Yeah.
um, that happened, but it was also I think that she is an amazing character. I feel like that she had a good reason to do everything that she had done. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that it was she had good reason. That's literally it. But one question I do have, where the fuck did she get the injector?
Yes, I told you about this. Like, that is the one thing that I did question by the end of the movie. I let everything else go, probably because I just wasn't thinking about it. And I'm thinking, okay, so I absolutely understand why she's doing this, and I have no fear in saying that she is one of the best villains this series has to offer. Better than the Diamonds, combined, mind you.
Yes.
But where did she get the injector? Or like even her weapons to begin with? Because even as she describes it, it's like, oh, I got new toys and everything. But as she describes in her own backstory, it's like the second she learned about Steven, she was like, all right, guess I gotta go hunting and everything. So I'm thinking, all right, that's fine, but if Homeworld is at peace, who the heck is seriously gonna let you just waltz in there, looking all disheveled and everything, and say, yes, I specifically want this deadly weapon that
And
we no
pig.
longer use, and then this giant machine that can travel through space, mind you, because she had to get to Earth somehow,
Hmm.
that is specifically made to killing planets. And that thing is, first of all, it's pink, so that would probably mean it was under Pink Diamond. And the second thing that I realized today is that she has absolute control under that thing. So that means that thing is like assigned to her in some sort of way.
Right.
So who gave her that?
I don't think we're ever gonna get an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yet. I don't know. But I think something else about Spinell, just in general, I love, love, love her voice actor. She did a fucking amazing job on Spinell. And like just hearing her on like her social media, I follow her on Instagram. She just talks and talks and talks about Spinell and how much she loved doing her voice, her laughs especially, and just growing as a character like her. And it was just a very, very amazing character choice or a voice actor pick for this character. I feel like that it was a good pick.
Yeah, I actually, even through all this time that I had a chance to watch the movie and could have definitely spoiled myself through any way imaginable, I didn't really know what Spinell sounded like, and first reaction was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I do like the way that she kind of, what's the best way to put it? Like she's very joking, but in a very
Serious
like
matter.
yeah, in a dark way. It's just like, man, I like it's gonna be so much fun just slaughtering your friends. Like I put the laughter back into slaughter. It's gonna be so fun. It's like,
That's so
oh,
true.
cool. I like her. And like I think the best part about her, I don't think anyone can disagree with, is just the way that she moves. It is such a joy just to see her literally just bounce around and just move her arms like a literal toy, and that's what they
She
call her.
sounds
Like,
like SpongeBob.
there's that too. But first of all, she like, I don't know if you noticed this, but like every other step that she takes, or every step, it's like it's a squeaky dog toy.
Yeah,
Like,
like SpongeBob.
like what the fuck? She's a literal toy, and they even describe her as, oh, you're Pink's playmate. So yeah, she's a toy.
But like a pearl is like an object or like a glass figurine, like pink pearl. And then like Spinella's like she's flexible. You can't break her unless you leave her on a garden planet for 6,000 years. Eh,
I do like her. Just the way that she moves when she is I guess we'll call her Dark Spinel when she first showed up with like her gem or heart twisted upside down, and then like the bouncy your best friend Spinel, which is just ridiculous and goofy as it could ever be in this series could be. Like that's what the show should have done at the beginning of the series with Steven. That's how they should have wrote Goofy in a way.
yeah,
Not whatever we got in early
season
season
one.
one, but I'm not gonna complain about that. That's well in the past. But she's just a
Yeah,
fun character, and I don't know if future, at least not to my knowledge, I don't know if futures brought her back or if they will bring her back. But
they will.
it would be nice to see Spinel again. I like her. Her attitude is really fun. I just the most inappropriate way for me to laugh at the movie was when Steven finally climbs the injector for like the final fight and everything, and I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna try and talk no jutsu her because that's what he literally says. Like, no, I still have the power to talk to her at least. And he finally climbs the thing, and he just says, "This isn't a game," and she just decks him in the face. God, that's hilarious.
I don't want to play anymore.
Like I love how even though that she doesn't have her broken weapon anymore, she's still literally willing to throw hands. It's so good. Not only that, the final attack that she does to Steven to like punch him into the ground when they're in the air, I'm so convinced that's a One Piece reference. Like it has to be. I'll show you it later, but that is a King Kong gun. If anyone knows what I'm saying, God, it has to be
Rebecca
because
would know. Rebecca Sugar definitely has her in her fucking anime references, let me tell you.
yeah, I know she does. She's a One Piece fan. I know that for sure. She's drawn the characters that way, and I think that her favorite character is Usopp. Good choice. So, yeah, not only that, Spinel, Luffy, like,
Oh
come
god.
on. Like, there's no way you wouldn't be able to tell us otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spinel is a very fun character, and she has very fun character and good villain. That's all we needed, and the movie pretty much centers around her and everything. But she may be good, but were there any problems that you found throughout the movie? Not just with Spinel, but just overall.
Whenever I first watched it, Where the fuck was Pink Pearl and Jasper? Where
Haha.
were I mean, that's literally the only thing I could think of. I was just like, okay, waiting for Jasper, didn't see her. Waiting for Pink Pearl, didn't see her. Where are they?
You can find out more on CartoonNetwork.com when you watch Steven Universe Future. But
That is totally true.
uh, I say when I watched the movie, I didn't have any initial problems that like stuck out of my mind. I'm thinking like, wait, that don't make no sense. Me no understand. 0 out of 10. Wasn't any of that. I think the only thing I could say, and this will definitely just go against everything I just said about Spinell in a way, is that it seems to be lacking some of the other side characters. I don't mean like Beach City characters. I mean like the other gems. Yeah, we do get a handful of moments with Lapis, Peridot, and Bismuth. That's fine. Probably could have used a little bit more because let's be real. Definitely with Lapis and Peridot, we spent a huge chunk of the show with them in the first place, and they kind of just get really regulated to the background and then just kind of doing miscellaneous things here and there, and that's just about it. But I think the one who suffers the most from that would be Connie. Like, she
I was sad.
literally just
Yeah.
gets. She shows up in the first 5 minutes of the movie, bounces, and then shows up within the last 15.
Yeah, I was very sad about that, but even even in the future episodes, I still haven't seen her at all.
Man, Space Camp must be really balling then.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to see her more, but like she has such a cute character design now. Like she has seriously grown from like, oh, I'm scared of a corrupted gem to, yeah, I'm gonna go kick Diamond's asses. Like, let's go. But
I'm gonna
it's just
cut a car in half.
literally she cut a car in half. And Onion's like, yeah, but no, where's Connie? I'd love to see her more. She's such a cute character.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. Not only that, 2 years pass by and she still decides to keep her hair short. It's pretty something.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it on her. I like it better than her long hair. To be honest, that's just me.
Yeah, so I really can't think of any problems because I mean, say if this really was the absolute end all be all, the end of Steven Universe, yeah, your point of like, well, there's no Jasper, no Pink Pearl, or any other things, say unmentioned, or any other loose ends that need to be tied. Yeah, that would have been a problem, but again, we have Future, and those more or less they cover those definitely. They have their own
For sure.
episodes about those, but speaking of Future, might as well get into that because that's pretty much the whole purpose of the movie is that it's a mega segue into Future and everything. It's just like how Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods was a segue into Dragon Ball Super and everything that happened with that. But hopefully with this, it'll actually be good.
Yeah. Um. Ouch. um. So about Steven Universe Future, I've seen every episode that has come out so far, and let me tell you,
Yes.
it has been making me mega sad. It's made me so sad because it's like everybody's growing up, everybody's going their separate ways, and there's specifically an episode just about that, and it's like I've never cried to a Steven Universe episode in my entire like life, like ever. Like I've never cried.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that
And
show, like, it practically prides itself on trying to make you cry.
I mean there are a lot of emotional parts, but I've never actually cried at this fucking scene. And there is a scene, and I think the 9th episode of Steven Universe Future that fucking it made me bawl. It made me so sad. And I'm not gonna. Should I say it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and say it,
Oh.
I guess.
So
Spoiler
Steven,
warning.
so Steven has this newfound power that he can just turn himself pink and just make himself go Super Saiyan almost. It's like a
Yeah,
Super
I know
Saiyan.
that at least.
Yeah. And there's the scene in the 9th episode where Steven's emotions and his feelings get hurt because Lars doesn't like Sadie anymore, and Sadie has a new partner who is
Oh,
a
yeah. I
Yeah,
did
there's
see the
somebody new.
clip about that. Yeah, Steven was kind of upset. He's like, what happened to my ship? Like, he was shipping them since episode 1. Is like, wait, what happened?
What happened? But no, that and then like he put everybody in a glass orb or whatever, and then it started to shrink down. And the new partner of Sadie's just went up and just said, "Hey, I think this may be you and your feelings, you know." And it really hit me hard. I mean, I really do miss the old episodes and stuff like that. And I do miss that fucking OTP because they were supposed to get married, and if Sadie happened to get divorced, then she would be able to, beat him up and he wouldn't starve to death, remember? And it did hurt to see that, but it's like it's good to let go and have people live their actual lives, because if you don't, it's going to be toxic and nobody's going to appreciate it. So that's the only scene in Steven Universe history that has made me officially cry. It's made me sad, this whole series so far. I love seeing everybody, and I think it's a great thing that they're doing this. Like, Rebecca Sugar is doing a great job making new episodes, but it's like, God, every new episode is more depressing than the last.
One up it each
One
time.
up, man.
You had one tear this episode? Get out the tissues now.
Right now. No, it's very sad, but have you seen any of the episodes so far?
Yeah, I haven't fully sat down to watch the episodes. I legit, anytime it just pops up in my recommendation, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'm slightly interested because, before we started this, you told me about like Greg cutting his hair, and I did
Oh,
see that one, and that actually shocked me. Like, I actually gasped out loud. I'm thinking, he cut off the mane, dude. Like, what the heck?
that's fucking crazy. The first initial reaction I had at that point in time was, "Oh my God, Stag is gonna have short hair," and I that's
God,
like my
like,
English.
we can't have Josuke anymore. What do we do?
No,
God
it.
damn it, dude.
I mean, that was a very big part. I know that Aquamarine and Ruby are definitely going to come back because they're going to be hating Steven for the rest of their lives
They're a bunch of
and
fucking
whatnot.
dorks. God.
They're such dorks, and
They
I
are
think it's funny.
dorks. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind though. The only thing that I would be hoping for is that I don't know how long Future is going to be going on for,
Me
but
neither.
how many episodes are there so far? Like 9, 10?
10.
Yeah, say if this goes on for another 10, they definitely need. I say for them to be a good villain, like at best, they would need to show up at least 2 more times. That's all I
Yeah,
would ask. They don't even need to fight him. They just need to show up. They could just be doing the dumbest thing imaginable. But as long as we know they are trying to do something, that's all I ask for. Because that is still like, um, I've been thinking of doing a video for, I don't know, the past like 6 months of like a video titled like Steven Universe 1 year later or something of the sort, where not even really counting Future, but again, I don't know how long that's gonna last. Of
right.
just giving a super retrospect of just Steven Universe overall, especially after the show's ended, of just seeing how long it lasts. And I think the biggest con that goes to it is that, well, the villains just aren't all that good. I've got no problem with saying that Jasper is probably the best villain that comes out of that series, and is probably my favorite character. Con when it comes to that, though, we don't get to see much of her, god damn it. And that's why I had no problem saying that Spinel, even though that she's only in a movie, she's she jumped that high to being like at the same level of Jasper, probably even greater if she probably comes back in some sort of way. But we had the diamonds to deal with, and they just weren't all that good. The idea was perfect, execution not so perfect.
Very poor.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have these giant, colorful space Nazis, essentially. And what do? They send down gems that can't even count to 5. Alright?
The rubies.
Like, that's fine. And then when they do finally show up to Earth by themselves, literally ready to curb stomp everybody, they pretty much just get told, no, stop, by Steven. It's just like, oh, okay. Hey, let's meet White. What? Ba-doom! And then they see White, and then the whole story just wraps up.
Yeah,
Like, what?
I think it's
So,
crazy.
yeah. I know that Future is introducing a handful of new and bizarre characters. I know they had like two Lapizulis. I don't know what you would call them. Just two Lapis characters show up. I know Jasper shows up. I did see some of that episode. That was good. Um, and Bluebird and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully Future for how long it goes on for, which I would hope would kind of be the absolute end of Steven Universe to truly wrap it up and everything. And I do understand what you're saying is that, yeah, it kind of gets depressing because I did see another clip where it's Steven waking up on a snowy day and he's just like, all right, time to go to work, basically. And all
Yeah.
the gems, they're basically babying him still, and he's just like, no, I don't need to eat that. I don't need that backpack. I don't need those jackets or scarves. Let me just do my thing. he's just kind of annoyed of being babied now because yeah, he basically is a young adult. He's 16.
16. Oh, honey. I, oh.
Well, for
I
what he
feel,
has to do, I would imagine why he's a little bit more mature and probably more stressed out.
I see that. No, yeah. Um, I feel like that episode, uh, he got really mad at them at the very end, saying, "I don't want to be like this. Why do you guys still see me for this?" And they felt really bad, but they just really wanted to hang out with him, and he was kind of being a dick. I will. No, he was being a complete fucking dick to them, and like not even acknowledging their presence and like being nice. I mean, what is little homeschool about? It's like learning new things on earth and like being compassionate, and he's just not even embodying that anymore. He's just so tired of it. So it's like, damn, why don't you get some help from like the gyms? That'd be nice. Maybe set an example. But no, he was kind of a dick that episode, and I feel like it could go both ways. Like, oh, the gyms were just being like all up in his face about his past, and it's like that's fine. But I mean, and it's okay if Steven was a dick, but they were both in the wrong, I think, that episode. But there's seriously something wrong with Steven in the future episodes. He is very unsure of his place now because he's only been used to helping other people. He couldn't even focus on what he wanted to do as a kid. And now he doesn't know where to go because like everybody else is leaving him. And they know what they want to do, but he doesn't. He's still there. He tried taking up gardening, which was the most recent episode with the cactus Steven, who repeated everything that Steven had said. And I mean, it was a pretty harsh episode for him. And they ended that with like, yeah, I already told you everything, and like I already talked to you technically, so it's like leave me alone. He's not okay. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the movie also kind of delved into that because what was it? They said the injector only had like a day and a half or so, or like 2 days at most before it destroyed the whole planet. And Steven's basically trying to speed run through the thing. And everyone's thinking like, dude, you look like you're tired, especially after that fusion you just did. It's like, no, I'm fine and everything. Because after that point, yeah, he has those bags and his eyes are red for pretty much the rest of the movie. So it seems that he really is carrying a lot more than what he can handle nowadays.
And it seems that the gyms are very much stuck in the happily ever after that that Steven was talking about. And it's just like things have changed, and I don't know if they're going to get better or worse for Steven, but from what I'm seeing so far, they're going to get worse. Because one, he just got that new pink, like, profound power, and it's, like, horrible. And then there's that worm monster that looks like a corrupted version of whoever. People are, like, giving out theories that that's probably going to end up being Steven.
I
And I
saw
don't,
that earlier,
yeah,
and it just had like it was a caption to each like villain for that screenshot where it showed like who's gonna be in the future, and it just
yeah.
said like, what the hell is this thing? That's it. It didn't have an answer.
Yeah. It's we just don't know what's going to happen. I saw a picture promo of the newer episodes that's going to be coming on. It said to be continued, and it shows a hand of pink diamond ship and a few of those ships, drop ships that Yellow had been colonizing with, but they were pinks. So they must have been first colonizing Earth and the moon. So that we're probably going to get a heads up on what's going on with that as well.
I think I'm dying. That's it. Review's over. Anyway, is there anything else that you would like to say when it comes to movie, future, Steven Universe,
I'm
when it
just
goes on?
curious to see what comes next, and I'm very sad, but I'm sure it'll be a good ending because it's a comedy show. It's always a good ending.
Honestly, I'm legit still hoping for him to just bring back Cookie Cat like he did in the first episode.
Oh my god.
Like he legit just, I don't know, he goes to the front of the temple or the beach where he buried it the first time and then he digs it back up. I'm seriously still hoping for that because that would just be poetic.
That would be beautiful if that happened. I would love that so
Yeah.
much.
But
You know how, oh,
I feel like he's forgotten though. That's the sad thing.
that
So he
was the
probably
first
won't.
episode.
Yeah, he probably won't, but oh well.
We can hope. That's all we can do.
We can hope. So, yeah, I finally watched the Steven Universe movie. I liked it. I'm not gonna give it a score out of 10 because those are for people who don't know how to properly review things in a way. I'm looking at you, IGN. So
Oh,
yeah, movie was great. I liked it. Songs were cool. Spinell's fun. Hope she returns. Future's looking pretty cool. Hopefully Steven doesn't, I don't know, die or something.
turn into a
God,
worm.
that would probably be. That's the worst ending. Like, if this was a video game, Steven just dying, that's the bad ending.
That is literally the bad ending. I would hate that.
uh, yeah. It's all good. Any final closing thoughts? Or where can they find you? What do you do?
Oh, I have an Instagram. I have YouTube. You can just find those at my channel at CripplingFrog on YouTube, and yeah. But I think just watch the movie if you want to watch it over and over again. It's fun to do that and see what you can learn and
Yeah.
stay caught up with Future. It'll be fun.
Be like Steven, live happily ever after.
Oh Jesus,
Why do you not like it?
because it's not true. There's no such thing as a happily ever after.
You're right, but let
I'll
him
still,
be happy.
I'll still have more work to do.
Also, that method of him kissing the ground, like, why did
Just
that work?
just spit on the floor.
Yeah, there's that too. You probably could. Whatever. Alright, yeah, this review's over. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I slightly do apologize that I haven't been uploading on my usual weekly basis that I have been, but things been kind of hectic. Mostly because, one, it's the holidays. Two, school, had finals to deal with and everything. And three, gonna be painfully honest, just haven't been in the drive to make videos. And that's mostly because I was waiting to do this one as soon as I can to try and meet up with her to do this. So, yeah. Don't worry, in 2020, I have videos that will be out. They will be ready, and hopefully I will do them within a timely manner. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You know what to do with all those links, not just for me, but for her as well. Thank you for watching. That's greatly appreciated. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.